So we're back after a very long time to do a reptile room tour. This obviously is not a reptile, but it's clearly a monster. This is Fenrir. This is my new puppy that my wife got me. And it's her first time on camera. Say hello. Yes, okay. I'm going to put you down now. Okay. So she won't let me do anything without her next to me. So if you hear barking or scratching or jumping around, that's Fenrir. Love you. Go on, puppy. All right, so since it's been a while, I guess we'll just start at the, maybe we'll start on this side. Usually we start on that side. We'll start on this side. There are some new additions, some new family members, some different tanks, some upgrades, some just different stuff. Firstly, we can all meet my leucistic ball python Ekans, who has gotten quite big actually. And she actually just ate the other day, so I'm going to try not to mess with her too much, but she's a little dirty because of the bedding, but she's gotten quite large, and had her since she was a hatchling. She's a sweetheart. She is a ball python, so she goes off feed. Usually, you're talking about, you know, by November, December to about March, but she's been really good when it comes to getting back on feed. No real issues. As you hear the dogs in the background going crazy. Thank you guys. Always, never a dull moment here. But she's doing awesome. And she's in her 36 by 18 by 18. As my producer, my photographer, and my camera woman, my wife, shuts the door. But she's doing awesome. I upgraded her to it's basically a cat litter pan. Holds plenty of water, gets her an ability to soak. And she's doing really well. Like I said, she's a big, fat, happy, healthy girl. And I love her to death. Honestly, it's my favorite morph. I know the morphs now are insane, but she's awesome. Then below, we got one of the rescues that I've had for a very long time. This is my snow corn snake, Diablo. Probably the only animal in this room that has a scary type name. He's an old man. It's definitely a male. I had him sexed, but he's an old man. And he's definitely getting up there in age. And, you know, we're just giving him a happy life. And he's going to live his life out here. And he's done a few shows, Boy Scout shows and stuff like that. Usually when anyone comes over here, they want to hold a snake. Usually he's the one we give because he's the most personable and he's super friendly. And he's always inquisitive. And he's in the same size tank. Heating pad. Got a big water pan for him. Not necessarily needed, but I like to give him the option if he wants to soak, if he's having a hard time shed. Because with this type of morph and the leucistic ball python, it's so hard to tell when they're going into shed or into blue because of their color variation. So it just becomes a headache. So I like to give them the option. And then up here, we're not going to really take out Littlefoot. You'll find there's a theme of names as well. This is our hatchling crested gecko. Let's see if we can come out with me, buddy. Come on. Nope, you don't want to come out today? Just a regular crested gecko. Nothing out of the orange. Oh, there we go. Now we're just being funny and spicy. Nothing out of the norm, just a regular crested gecko who likes to jump and be psycho. You see, I not really worked with him much or her, but very food motivated. She's, I'm going to say she, I don't know the sex, but she's starting to get the Pangea, watermelon, or fig and insect diet. And next to Littlefoot is Frogman Jones, who is a beast, and he may attack the camera thinking it's food. He is the only one right now that doesn't have an Arcadia bulb. He has this combo light by Zilla, and then I just threw it's by Thrive. It's like an LED lighting just to brighten the cage up. I mean, that's more for me. But this has got a heat and a UVB combo, very small little bulbs. It's actually kind of convenient, but he will be on a smaller heat lamp and a Arcadia. I just like the Arcadia. I think they're cooler. I think they're easier. And both tanks, these are basically Pauldariums. Plenty of room, plenty of height. And you see they're not really big animals. He just kind of chills up there all day and waits for somebody to feed him, and then he attacks. And over here is one of my favorite lizard species, and a very underrated species that should be a lot more popular, and they're starting to get a little popular. You can see he's a little hectic, but he'll calm down. This is my jeweled Lacerda Odin, and you're not gonna calm down for the camera. Usually he'll mellow out a little bit, but There you go. I mean, honestly, he's a big male. You can tell by his head. He's got that big, thick head. He's got those big jowls. Very Tegu. Very, very Tegu-like. Super calm. Oh, obviously not super calm, but he'll calm down. As you can see, now he's just like, oh, okay. Very food motivated. But, I mean, you look at the colors. If you can punch it. I mean, those turquoise and those deep blues and those greens. And they're super awesome. He's in a 30 by 12 by, I believe, 30 by 18 by, I believe this is 18 as well. Kind of an odd sized tank. It's like a 50-gallon. I forget who makes it, but I picked it up at my local pet store, Reptile, in West Islip for any of my Long Island friends. And it's perfect for him. He's got a big hide, UVB, heat, nice water dish, and extremely food motivated. He'll take anything from insects to small mice, fruits, berries, cooked chicken, ground chicken, egg. He's awesome. And then down here are the newest, two of the newest additions. I'm old and I'm going to sit on the floor because I'm a wrestler and I'm dumb and I beat myself up. If we can find him and see what kind of mood he's in, because he apparently can be a little spicy. There he is. This is a Leachianus gecko. It is the largest species of gecko in the world, I believe. I do think they are the largest. Not sure the locality. His name is Spike. And he is a big chunky boy. And he's actually, for a Leachy, he's rather chill. He'll let you know when he's had enough time of being held and brought out. But my wife, who's behind the camera, is a huge fan of the Redactylus, or the New Caledonian geckos. And this was something that she saw at the reptile expos and fell in love with because they look like they're wearing pajamas. And they're, as she's trying to hold back her smile on the camera. But I'm not a big fan of New Caledonian geckos. I don't hate them. Just not my thing. But he's definitely one of those, like, you know, I guess bucket list animals as a reptile keeper. They are pretty pricey in the trade. And they can be a little cantankerous and cranky, but he's pretty chill. And he's in a nice big tank. And the thing, we were going to upgrade him to a taller tank, about the same width, but a little taller. But a bunch of people we spoke to, they said that they find they prefer these smaller Titan quarters enclosures. It's not really decked out the way that we would fully like it to be decked out. I mean, we will get there. We've only had him for about 2 months now. And, but yeah, he's super cool. And he's a very picky boy. And it is a boy. But he's a very picky boy. He apparently only likes the Pangea watermelon. So he's got his ledge. We will come the next day, and his Pangea will be on the floor and a bunch of chunks taken out of it. Then over here is another New Caledonian gecko. So we have 3 of the most popular, I guess you could say, or common New Caledonian geckos, which are the crested gecko, the Leachianus, and of course the gargoyle gecko, which this right here is Ducky. And if you haven't figured it out yet, we have Littlefoot, Spike, and Ducky. And if anyone's old like me and my wife, those are names from the Land Before Time. I believe this is just a regular morph. It's actually really beautiful. I like the whites and the grays and the blacks. It is a female, and she lost her tail. I was told she lost her tail during breeding. And unlike the crested geckos, gargoyle geckos grow their tails back. And, you know, very chill, very calm. And she's eating the Pangea. And we also tossed in a couple crickets and seeing how she's reacting with that. But cool little gecko. And you can see why they're called gargoyle geckos. I don't know if you can get a little good shot on her head. She's got these 2 little bumps, like little horns. And that's why they're called gargoyle geckos. But super cool gecko. You know, another one that probably should be more, I don't know, I find them, my experience with gargoyle geckos, they're a little less jumpy than the crested geckos. And the fact that they regrow their tail is really cool. And she's in this very dusty, brand new, but it's a 18 by 18 by 18. I believe it's Exoterra frog tank, and it's actually perfect. And over here, who I'm not going to take out, is our oddball gecko that we got at the expo. That was like dirt cheap because they just wanted to get rid of him. They call that a crocodile gecko, but I was told that there are numerous geckos that are called crocodile geckos. His name is Smog. And he's in a very small tank because he's a very small gecko, and he's doing really good for himself. And he just pounds crickets left and right, and he's a happy, happy boy. But we don't take him out because he's very flighty, and if he decides to take off, he's gone. Then coming over here, we have 2 more snakes. I'm not going to mess with because she just ate. If you can get a shot, you can see how fat her belly is. That is my gray banded king snake, Christmas Mountain phase. So that's the locality is the Christmas Mountain, I believe, somewhere in New Mexico or some southern area of the United States. Typical king snake, beautiful animal, beautiful orangey copper bands. Super cool. She's getting rather large. When I first got her, she was about the size and width of a pencil. And yeah, she's doing awesome. Another Exoterra. I'm a big fan of open front tanks. Every tank I have is open front except what my our tortoise is in. Then in here, it's kind of an oddball snake. You don't really see this species much. There are a few people out there that breed them. I just need to find where she went. And they can be a little moody, which is why I'm using the small little hook, because I don't want to get bit for no reason. So we're just gonna. Oh wait, I think we just saw a little bit of movement. Let's see if we can get her. Is that her? Now she's gonna make me look bad on camera. Where'd you go? Oh boy. Anyway, in here is a rough-scaled sand boa. And if I can find her, she's pretty cool, but unfortunately, where are you, girl? Oh, there you are. There we go. So this is a rough-scaled sand boa. Now I'm not going to take her out much because, like I said, she can be a little grumpy sometimes, and I don't want her to get upset. But if you get a focus in, you can actually see why they're called rough-scaled. You can see the keeled scales on the back of her, and you can see she's flattening out a little bit. Kind of pit viperish. Cool sand boa, not like the Kenyan sand boas. She doesn't have that shovel face. Kind of has a typical snake boa face instead of that weird upturned shovel. Downturned, I'm sorry, that the Kenyan sand boas have. And she's really cool. And it was cool that we found her at an expo that was captive bred by the breeder. And I don't know, I think it's a very cool snake. I'm fascinated. I like a lot of the oddball snakes. I was always a fan of viper boas and stuff that had them, but they were always so difficult to keep alive because of their appetites. And sometimes they come in wild caught and parasites, and they were only eating lizards or frogs. And then in here, amongst the beautiful Godzilla display, there's another ball python, Jormungandr. This is a Mojave ball python male. And I had him for a very long time. Actually, I've had most of these animals longer than I've been married. Just a Mojave ball python. He's a lot more shy than Ekans, but another really cool morph. He was on sale very cheap at a table that somebody was downsizing, and I mean cheap by like he only was asking $25 for an adoption fee, and it was a brand new baby. And instead of, somebody not knowing what they were doing and thinking they're getting a sweet deal, I took him because I felt bad. And, I love Mojaves are one of my favorite morphs. And he's a beautiful snake. He's a little bit of a pain to get to eat, but he's a good boy. And we love him. And, yeah, I mean, honestly, on the verge of a normal ball. He's just like a lighter version of a ball python, just a little lighter colors and different pattern, but super awesome. I mean, ball pythons are great snakes. If you can get over the panic of having to worry about them going off feed, they're amazing. And then above Jormungandr is probably the fattest horned frog, Pac-Man frog I've ever seen in my life. This is Pineapple, and he is a absolute beast. And honestly, I've never seen a Pac-Man frog this big. He or she is a very grumpy girl. I don't know, but we don't take her out. And Portobello saying hi to the camera. Our redfoot tortoise in a 4-foot by 3-foot. I think this is a custom tortoise enclosure, but she's got her heat. She's got her UVB. She's on her Missouri tortoise diet, mixed vegetable, lettuce, romaine lettuce, some fruit, some shredded carrot. But she's a little tank. And she just always wants to come out and explore, but I'm sorry, it is a boy. We thought it was a girl, turns out it was a boy. But She'll come out afterwards. He'll come out. Keep messing up. Then down here, oh, look, perfect. He's out. This right here is Pasquale. It's our Schneider skink. He's handleable. He's just hard to grab a hold of sometimes, so I really don't like to mess with him much. But he's super cool. He'll let you know when he's ready to eat. He's out right now because his tank just got cleaned out and switched around. So he's kind of trying to figure out what's going on. But normally he'll be buried underneath the substrate. And then when he's ready to eat, he'll come and he'll meet you at the tank. And he'll sit right at the front of the tank like a little puppy dog and wait for you to feed him. And before we get to the other one, oh no, you got a little bit of shit on your face. Come on, buddy. Come here, let me get that. There you go. Get a little bit more. This is a leopard gecko. I don't think anyone that is watching this is shocked by that. I'm just trying to get this little bit of shit off his nose because he had. I know. Come on, I'm trying to work with you here. Come on, that's oh, there we go. It's almost there. This is just a leopard gecko. He's the old man of the room. I've had him since 2015. And he's doing well. He's super friendly. Another great starter reptile. Awesome pet. But he's in a nice big giant, well, for him, a giant Exoterra. Eventually, he'll probably be moving up into a smaller Exoterra because he doesn't really need the size of a tank. But he's doing really good. And you can tell he's doing really good. The size of that big fat tail. And again, super friendly, super calm demeanor. Never really inclined to bite. He'll try to bite me now because I'm trying to get that shit off. But he's on a sand bedding. He's got his heating pad. And on a diet of crickets and super worms and all sorts of insect diet. Dubia roaches, whatever I can have. And now this. Well, first, our two bearded dragons, Mr. Cuddles and Chubbs. Big, fat, happy bearded dragons. Chubbs is a yellow phase, and you can tell by, if you look at Chubbs' head, got more of a stubby face, so there's a locality with that, I believe, is what they're saying now. And then if you look at Mr. Cuddles, he's got more of that traditional triangular bearded dragon head. He could be a little bit of a grumpy boy, but, you know, once you get him out, he calms down. He's all bluff. He'll bob his head at you and let you know he's big and bad and tough, but it's all for show. And then in here is the last reptile I'll show you, which I am beyond excited about because this is part of the family of my absolute favorite reptile of all time. And if I had the means and the funds, I would own one, but I don't. And if I had the room and I lived in a different area of the country where it was warmer, I would own a larger version. This little squirmy guy. This is a red Aki. I absolutely adore monitor lizards. I think they are the ultimate when it comes to reptiles. I think they're one of the smartest reptiles in the world. I think they're little dragons or little dinosaurs. They are absolutely amazing. And I had a stores monitor, and unfortunately he passed away due to old age. And my wife was amazing enough to find this guy at the Reptile Expo. His name is Gojira, after Godzilla, who's down here. But monitor lizards, part of the Komodo same family as Komodo dragons, crocodile monitors, all sorts. And yeah, but I do plan on doing, I know this is kind of a quick review. I do plan on doing more videos. A lot of people have been asking me, and it's gotten probably the most views on my channel. It is the most views on my channel. And I do plan on doing more reviews, and I do plan on doing stuff at my local reptile store, Exotica, and filming stuff there, and doing maybe care guides and stuff like that. Again, I'm not an expert. I'm just somebody that grew up having reptiles my whole life, and going to be 38 in a few days. If I can help, have somebody fall in love with reptiles, or I can help someone along with their care, I absolutely would do it, because I do rescues, and it's what I love. Besides professional wrestling and weightlifting and my wife and my stepson, reptiles and reptile husbandry is my second, third, fourth, whatever passion. So yeah, that's it. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Hope everyone's happy that I'm doing this again, and there'll be much more. So thank you guys.